And now it's time for the Flippin Great Podcast, Episode 2.
So welcome to Episode 2 of the Flippin Great Podcast. I'm Adam.
I'm Steven.
I am Rob.
I'm Christy.
Steve needs to calm down.
I'm so sorry.
So excited to...
I didn't realize we weren't supposed to be excited
Steve
to be
is
here.
so lit at 11 or 10 in the morning. What time is it?
You were happy.
Yeah.
So what do we want to talk about today?
Pinball is my vote.
Wow, we're going to have to equalize this.
The collapse of the American economy.
Oh,
If anybody listens to our last podcast, you can see we were making improvements slowly. we were out of the submarine.
Yep,
and
we docked and we got out of the submarine, and we're going to hopefully not sound terrible today, but we shall see.
let's talk about who won last time.
The Cowboys, they were 11-1.
Wah, wah. So yeah, in the last podcast, if you listen, we talked about Gottlieb's Joker Poker, and decided to have a challenge on it for after switching it to 5-ball, which was an important debate element in the last podcast.
Yes.
We switched it from 3 to 5-ball.
It should be 4, but whatever.
And then played, and we played on it, and I honestly don't remember who won. I don't think it's that important.
Yeah, I don't remember. I think it was Sleeper or something. It's not that big of a deal.
Do you know who won?
I definitely won.
I don't know.
I don't think
Oh,
so.
we'll have to listen back to
Oh my
that.
God.
I don't think so. Either way.
This is how we stopped becoming friends. This is how.
This
the
is
moment
how it
where all
starts.
changes.
That's fine.
Oh, I had my bookmark a couple of months ago.
So in this episode, we wanted to talk about our First Friday event that we had last night. This is being recorded on December 3rd. I can't tell you when it's going to go up. Probably like 3 weeks.
Happy New Year!
Oh, so good. So good.
Yes, so every first Friday we do a special of $5 all you can game, and we're open from 4 p.m. to midnight. First Friday is a special event that we have here in Tallahassee, Florida, in Railroad Square Art Park, which is where we're located.
Yeah, we have people come, and a lot of the shops around town are open in this area, and the place is just buzzing with people looking to explore their creative juices and get cool food truck food.
Yeah, there's so many good food trucks that come out here. Like, I know it's the fattest thing in the world to say, but Valhalla makes really good food. It's like a Viking-themed food truck, and I think we stopped getting everything else and just going to Valhalla to get the food.
Yeah,
Probably. Yeah.
I talked
So
to those
good.
guys when they first came around. They're from northern New York, and so they use like real cheese curds for their poutine. And
So good.
shout outs to the Scarface Burger.
Scarface
That's
is
a
good.
burger.
I usually
Black
get
sheep's
the
better.
I usually get the black sheep.
Curried Phoenix too, just as long as we're talking about
I haven't had
menu.
that one yet.
This is pretty good, but the poutine
Yeah, the
is a
poutine
personal fave.
is nuts. I didn't really know what it was, and she bought it one time. I was like, oh my god, thank you.
I do have to get a shout out too to the Cambodian restaurant or Cambodian food truck too, because
Did we eat there?
in the absence of Valhalla, when the warrior cannot enter, the Cambodian food truck is a very good alternative.
We
Don't they have
usually-
banh mi's?
Is that what it's called?
Probably. They're like the sandwiches
Oh,
with
yeah.
the, like, carrots and...
They've just got a
Something
really
else on
good
it.
chicken adobo.
Probably a
Sure, whatever that is, it's good.
So this is a really good pinball podcast.
Yeah,
they-
pinball
no,
and
they
food truck
come-
Talk about
podcast.
food,
They
yeah.
come to the food trucks, they stay for the pinball.
Yeah.
So one of the topics we were going to talk about today was our first pinball machine. So who was the first one here to own their own pinball machine?
Rob for sure.
Yeah.
I believe so.
Yeah.
I think I started around 2010, 2011 maybe.
Well, how long before you came over to my house? You had a game before I did, right?
Yeah, I had a couple before that.
Street Fighter 2 was my first, and that's when I met Rob. So, however long before that.
Yeah, Street Fighter 2 was actually my first arcade that I bought.
Me too.
And that's what got me
Nice.
into it. And then a World Warrior. And the first pinball I got, and I'm not sure what exactly made me... I was interested in arcade and pinball. Like, as soon as I realized that I could actually have them in my house. So I bought the arcade first. I don't remember how long after that I saw a deal for a Gottlieb EM called Roller Coaster. It was in Gainesville, Florida. I know it was $100, and it was not working, as most EMs aren't.
That's what scout leaves are.
So, I called up, this was on Craigslist, and I called up the guy and set up an appointment for the weekend, and my wife and I went over there. And one of those rare, hey, it all worked out on Craigslist things, where, you don't get 20 minutes away from the house, and they call you, it's like, oh, I just sold it to somebody, which has happened, and that was a drive to Orlando.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, it was downtown Gainesville, really nice, cool house, had a pool and a pool house, and this was located in a pool house, and we loaded it up in my wife's SUV because rain was in the forecast, and with EMs you got to take the head off, and there's no hinges and all that kind of stuff. So that was a learning experience at the very beginning to figure out. Of course, this is my first one, so I didn't know you could unplug the actual connectors. So we had the head down on the game, and it sloped forward, and we're trying to like in the front seat, hold it back during the drive back to Tallahassee so it doesn't slide and pull the wires and all that. But, got it back in the house and worked on it. Had no luck. And then one night I just had like an epiphany and everything made sense as to why it wasn't working. And the next day I had it fully running, and it was a really great game. I ended up giving it to a Boys and Girls Club here locally.
That's cool.
To
They
play
still have
it.
it?
Yeah, they do.
Nice.
Mikasuki.
Cool.
But it was the first game that had wire forms in it. So it was the precursor to what you see modern, all the wire ramps and forms and everything. This one had in-lane wire forms. It basically just elevated the ball and then rolled it down the in lane, and actually put a surprising amount of speed on it. Like it would jack up the speed by 2 or 3 times the momentum of what it met with. And so it was pretty cool, and it had a little spinner in the middle, like an arrow that you could hit, and it went everywhere from 100 to I think 5,000.
Wow.
Nice.
And your top lane scored those values. So one of your strategies, if you're playing a 2-person game, which I believe it was a 2-person, one only, is that you don't want that arrow to be on the 5,000 when you lose your ball, because that person can easily hit one of the top lanes and score more than what you scored, pretty much the whole time. So that was a cool little game. I liked it quite a bit, and one of those rare things. I think last podcast we were talking about back glasses and how you get stuff. We walked in on a raid a year or 2 later at a place, and just randomly there's a roller coaster back glass hanging up on the wall. The only one that was hanging up on the wall, and it was for that one game.
That's so weird.
Wow.
I've never seen another one, so that's the only one I've ever played and only one I've ever had. But that's what got me started, and it's a good game.
Nice. So the second one of us to get one was Adam, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. I don't even remember how long ago that was.
It was right after I met you, so it was like
I think like 5 years
It
ago.
was like
maybe?
6 years ago.
5
It
or
was
6
like
years
2010
ago.
or something.
I was kind of in the same boat as Rob. I had a couple arcades first, and I told myself, like, I'm never going to do pinball, because arcades are pretty much straightforward. Either your monitor is broken or your board is broken. Everything else is fine. Pinball, it could be a trillion things. And of course, I'm an idiot and I watched Special Unlit, and I'm like, I need to get a pinball machine. So then like a week later, I'm like, let's see what I like. I like Street Fighter, and I found a Street Fighter 2 out of Orlando. And that's the train.
That's part of the Railroad Square
It's the full experience.
type
So-
environment.
yeah. So I drove to Orlando to get it, and the guy, like, it worked out in the end, but in hindsight, it's kind of crappy. Like, this thing had been sitting outside under a carport for, I don't even know how long. But we
6
got
years.
it, more than likely. But we got it back to the house, and it played, but like the DMD wouldn't come on, and all these different things. And luckily, it was just like a bad battery or a short or something on the back box that wouldn't cause it to boot up. And basically, once we got that done, it turned out I needed a new DMD board. Once we got that, we were hooked. And I did not LED that machine, but it had the brightest LEDs in the world. If you've never played a Street Fighter 2, play Roaming Ninjas mode and imagine little tiny suns. And that's what it was. It was pretty bad.
I couldn't even play that game because it was like
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna have a seizure.
It was like
so
being at a
bright.
Rob Zombie concert. Like it was just bad.
There needed to be a deal with it mode where sunglasses just dropped out of the sky onto your eyes during that mode
I'm
to
not even
protect your
joking
vision.
about Space Odyssey. I'm gonna print out a Dikembe Mutombo and put it on there.
Or the Airwolf visor. Roaming Ninjas mode hits and the Airwolf visors goes.
No, you just gotta put your guile glasses on.
Someone needs to install Pinbot visor.
Oh, it needs it. I mean that
It's so bad.
I only played one game brighter than that, and that was a junkyard that was fully LED'd, and it gave me a migraine.
I don't know.
Roaming Ninjas might be worth a lot of points. None of us will ever.
We
know.
would.
We
always
would never
avoided it.
go for that mode
Just
ever.
go for 10 million points. And
Oh, free 10 million? Cool. I'm going to get a headache? Rad. Let's do it. But yeah, I got that one, and then it kind of was a downward spiral from there. Because now I don't even know how many games I have now.
Yeah, this would be the point in the podcast where we all pause for reflection and look at the 30 games around us.
Yeah.
We didn't want to originally get a pinball because we thought it'd be too hard to keep it up, but now.
And
we were
now we
kinda right.
probably need to seek help from a professional.
Yeah. It's like
We are the professionals.
Yeah, about that. Rob always says, it's not money you run out of, it's space, because one game turns into 10 really fast. So, but after that, what was your?
No, Christy was the next one to get a pin.
Oh, that's right.
Mhm.
I forgot about
Oh.
that.
Yeah. Well, technically, you bought me Dracula first,
That's not your first game, though. What
but
was
my
your
first one is Freddy and Nightmare on Elm Street, and we bought it from some dude in Jacksonville
Yes.
who
A very
fully
good tech.
restored it and redid stuff, and everything besides the flipper glove works. And
Well,
I
the
love
flipper gun
it.
works, but it's a Freddy, so they're broke.
Yeah.
I've been trying to. There was a guy online that supposedly was making them out of like ABS,
Mhm.
and he has vanished. I'm pretty sure Freddy got him in his sleep.
He finally fell
Yeah,
asleep.
he found
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Freddy got him, so. But
He was
we'll
like,
make
I
it.
want my royalties.
Probably. But
What?
that's a Gottlieb as well.
Yeah.
System 3, so it's massive.
Yep, it's
Oh
heavy.
my god. I just had a ridiculous revelation.
That we all got Gottliebs.
We all got Gottliebs
Yeah.
as our first game.
We talked about
We all
this last
got
podcast.
Yeah.
Did we? I
Yeah,
didn't
because we
even
talked
remember
about everybody's crapping on the quality of Gottliebs. But then I brought it to the point of didn't we
We
all
all
buy
have
our stuff
one.
really cheap?
We're just self-loathing.
What did you buy your Street Fighter for?
I think I paid $350 for it.
Oh, nice.
that. Oh, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't working, and
Yeah.
and I had to buy.
And it was in a carport.
In a carport. It's a Street Fighter 2. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
And the previous owner died due to an embolism in the brain caused by rubbing ninjas mode.
Yeah, but I mean, really, I think
May
it was
he
about
rest in
500.
peace.
'Cause That board was like $150 from Margaret.
He's gonna spend all his eternity trying to make the guile shot.
Oh, can we talk about the guile shot for a second and why it didn't work?
Because it doesn't line up. It's not a straight line.
No. There was a wrench or a screwdriver.
Oh my God! I forgot about that. Right. So we played this game for so long, and like there's this 200 million points or something. Like that?
Yeah.
So there's like a shot in the game where like once you hit all the other modes, the guile shot, it's like a little flip ramp. It's 200 million points, so obviously that's what you're going for. And like I swear to God, we all made the shot, but it would never flip up. We're like, oh, we suck at this game. So then like a year after having it, I decided to like shop it out. There's a little mini screwdriver stuck like in the little like flip part that you couldn't see unless like you're looking like way in there,
I never knew that.
blocking the ball. Didn't know about it either.
I feel so vindicated now.
Yeah.
Dude, like,
That's
and
why
he
none of
still
us
has
could
it.
ever hit the shot.
I sold that game to my friend over in Panama City, and I told him if he ever gets rid of it, he needs to come back here. But yeah, like I completely forgot about that. Holy crap, that's so funny. Oh my God.
And
We're
then
so dumb.
you're Freddy?
What'd you pay for it?
$1,200.
Yeah, which is a good deal.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean-
that game nowadays, rough ones are going at least.
For me, that's a lot of
Yeah.
money, though.
Well, but that's
Yours was completely working.
fully
Yeah,
working
it
and
was.
decked out. I think that's
Yeah.
got
And I got
powder
an extra
coated.
back glass little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that
'Cause this
thing
one's
was fully
burnt
taken
out.
apart. It's like buying a restored car. Like everything worked on it. It's pristine. It's got,
Well, we're looking at it now. You got powder coated
Yeah.
lockdown bar and rails for the blood red, and it looks great.
Which I want to do to the legs, but Adam doesn't think I should. But I think it would
It's your
stand
game.
out more. Right?
Do what you want with it.
Because I just think, like,
I don't think I said not to do the legs.
Yeah, you definitely did. Definitely did.
Anyways,
I
We
think
learned that
I think
Christy has higher standards than
I think you had a really cool perk you're going to put on it too, from a couple months ago. But
Yeah.
you wanna tell
Yeah,
us what
I got
happened?
ruined.
hopefully in April I'll be
Yeah.
able to. Robert England will be going to Spooky Empire's like Mayhem, even though it's in April, and get him to sign the extra one, so it'll be signed. Hopefully we could take it there, and I could get a picture of him like playing it. That'd be my
That'd
ultimate
be really
goal.
cool.
Oh,
Like I'd die happy.
I just gotta get with those two guys. I don't know if it's Leon, the other guy that run the Spooky Empire game room. Might be
Yeah.
games, I don't know. I gotta figure out.
You want to tell the listener what happened when you tried last time?
Hurricane, what was it, Matthew? Totally ruined my plans and
Yeah, that hurricane was
hit Orlando. Like,
It didn't even though.
Yeah.
Like, that was the thing.
Well,
They canceled.
Yeah.
I mean, there ended up just being a lot of rain, but
Yeah.
Daytona
I was
got
all
hammered
ready
more
to
than
go
Orlando
too.
did.
Like, got a free hotel room, and like the tickets were only like $60, and I was all ready to go. And then, like, on Friday, they put out one of those Facebook posts, and it was, well, looks like we're gonna have to cancel because the Orange County Convention Center won't do it because of the fear of the hurricane.
Well, I think a lot of the celebrities too, not being from Florida.
They
like,
couldn't get
hurricanes,
flights.
screw this, and just-
Well, no, because they grounded flights, so they couldn't
okay.
get in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the
I think
Stranger
only-
Things kids had to cancel.
Yeah,
and-
so it's actually
They
going on
don't
today.
They don't fly planes. They ride bikes. Didn't you watch the show?
So they rescheduled it, and it's actually going on today.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
But
but
it's
Robert
much smaller,
England
though,
wasn't
yeah.
there,
right.
so I was like,
why bother?
I'm not going to use
Yeah.
it there. I'd rather wait until April when there's more of a chance that he could come back.
My wife is a huge Robert England fan, and the only time I've ever seen her speeches in front of a celebrity is when she met him. She just couldn't.
Well,
say
that's probably
anything.
because he was talking so much. Because the
That dude
man
never
tells
shuts
so
up.
many
Really?
stories.
Well, I mean, he was
It's
telling
ama-
stories,
yeah.
but he was very responsive and
Yeah.
everything to
Like,
us. And
I want to see his eyes explode out of his head when he sees me on Ravel it and just be like, "Hey, look at this! Can you sign this?" Because he will talk about how if he knows about it, how it came about,
how
who
he did the
worked
voices.
with,
Yeah.
Oh.
So I want to get that story. I
So
So
actually
we'll
want
be able
someone
to put
to
that story
record
from
it.
Christy on podcast 3.
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
when Spooky Empire?
Um,
Oh, you
Is
said
it
that.
April?
Yeah.
Yeah,
April.
in
So-
April.
Happy Thanksgiving.
So
But yeah, so I'm hoping to record all of that and just
We'll make it happen, Captain.
yeah.
So then after that was Steve.
yeah, my first game was the Gottlieb
Classic.
Premier
Classic.
Monte Carlo. Not to be confused with the Williams EM Monte Carlo.
No, that's why we said classic.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a hard body for sale right now. Just put that out there.
I keep looking at it. It's too LED'd. It looks like crap. But anyways,
You don't want to see that hard body under that kind of lighting.
no.
You know,
No?
you need the.
Sure don't.
Yeah, that's reserved for the iridescence of the 80s.
The Monte Carlo I got for $250, not working.
Those were the
And it was
days,
our buddy Jason over in Niceville
Mm-hmm.
picked it up. I don't even know how he came to get it, but
The way he does everything, which is
He-
magic,
yeah.
I presume.
It's like, oh hey, do you want a fun house? Oh hey, do you want a creature from the Black Lagoon? It's like, what the hell, dude? Like,
Oh, hey, I've got a line on 3 attack from Mars's.
yeah. Oh hey, this
Mars's,
random,
Marzai? Anyway.
this random Japanese imported candy cabinet showed up in a cabin in Alabama. Really? That never happens, but it's just ridiculous that the stuff that falls in
he's
his
just
lap.
gonna find 2 centaurs in a garage somewhere.
No, that was at that dude's house that we went to in New Smyrna Beach.
That's right.
He's a Swords of Fury finder.
Yeah.
He just finds Swords of Fury pinball games everywhere.
Yeah, he found one in the cabin in Alabama.
So mad. So Jace, we went over. I think Rob and I went over.
I think we had
It's a nice
we do a
building.
lot of we got like a little underground railroad of arcade pinball transportation, and we're the Tallahassee stop. He's the Niceville Destin area stop, and we've also got Randy on the other side of us in Lake City. So we kind of move games for people and stuff all the time. So we'll usually coordinate a haul, and I think this is one of those times where we were buying stuff or other people were buying stuff from him, and so we just went over there and loaded up or took stuff to him as well.
Yeah. And of course, we get there, and he's got the Monte Carlo in the back of the truck for us to take, and he's like, "Oh yeah, now I can move over this Adams family I just found yesterday."
Ridiculous.
Hey, come check out the pinbot in my shed because I literally have no more room.
Right.
Yeah.
So we brought the Monte Carlo back, and it took me a few months to figure out how the Gottlieb solid state stuff from the 80s and all the grounding fixes that they needed to have, where you have to ground every single thing. Every board has a ground mod. You have to ground, the roulette wheel in the center of the play field. So, one of our employees showed up. So it takes some time to learn all that stuff up front, but I eventually got it running got it cleaned up, and I actually went to Las Vegas a couple months after that, and went by the Monte Carlo casino and like got a couple keychains and stuff just to pimp it out. That was fun. Ended up selling it at Jack's Expo that year, and it was like the problem with it is those things, because we were still learning how all that grounding stuff worked. It wasn't bulletproof yet, and so it started kind of falling apart at the convention. Sadly, but the guy was like, "I want to learn how to work on stuff, so I want one that's not 100%. I'll buy it from you for cheap."
Yeah.
Take
You
it.
sure are the
I
perfect
need
buyer.
to get rid of this thing immediately.
Sucker.
Did you use that to get something else, or was that?
I didn't use that exact money, but I did soon after that. I think I bought roller games as my next game. I think I got roller games, and I traded the roller games for a hook. Essentially,
Bring me Peter Pan.
Yeah.
You have to say it every time.
It's not the first game I had in my house though, because my dad, when I was younger, had a Kiss.
Oh, nice.
In the garage that we played a ton, but it wasn't really mine, so it doesn't count.
Yeah,
I
I'd
like
say,
Kiss so bad. They're so good.
set up all our games.
So here's
Yeah.
the thing. So Pocket's Pool here in Tallahassee had a Walking Dead. They got rid of that and brought in the AC/DC Pro. I was up there last week talking to the people at Pockets who manage the arcade games and stuff. They're talking about wanting to get a 60-in-1 from us at some point to put up there, but they said they weren't supposed to get an AC/DC Pro. They were supposed to get a Stern Kiss.
What happened?
The guy just brought AC/DC instead.
They realized that AC/DC Pro is a far superior game than Stern Kiss.
False. Anyways,
So
moving on.
when it gets traded out, supposedly they'll have a Kiss.
Cool. Like, I will agree that Kiss is my love of that Kiss pinball. 85% theme.
Yeah.
No lie on that. AC/DC is a better pinball game. Man, Kiss is fun to play. Except for Gene Simmons, if they don't turn the head right, you're screwed every time. Yeah. It's like Freddy, right down the drain. So
So of all our first games, Christy's the only one that still has hers.
yes,
That's true.
Yeah.
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 Because if I was going to spend $1,200 on something, I'm going to keep it. Like, I told Adam, I think, to cremate me and put my ashes inside of it. So,
In the boiler.
probably.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good spot for it.
Yeah.
Unless
It'd mess
our
up the
friend-
game mechanics because you just be hitting
Yeah.
that urn every time. But
When you spit the ball, it's just like little cloud.
Little
Gross.
pieces of me come
Like,
out.
yeah, I'm not gonna clean that one. I'm not cleaning it.
Tooth pops out.
Unless we get the Street Fighter 2 pin back.
I'm gonna try to get it back. Like when he does finally sell it, he got it and he took it apart to clean it, and it's just not.
Still apart.
why don't you just buy another one?
Like a better
I want
one.
that
One that isn't deteriorating.
Look,
And doesn't have so many LEDs.
I
There's
want
no
that
more
one
screwdrivers on
for
the
roaming
playfield.
Ninjas mode again.
You just want to hurt yourself.
Nah.
And have a
I
super
do
bright
like that
LED
game.
challenge on it.
Of all the goofy Gottlieb System 3s, I think those were the best three though. Like Freddy, Mario, and Street Fighter,
Yeah.
by far were my favorites. Those.
Well, because those games are all about the theme, really,
Yeah.
as to whether you enjoy it or not. And a lot of the other System 3s, they're, I mean, was Baywatch one of those?
No, Baywatch. I thought Baywatch was a. Wasn't System 3,
I think
was it?
Shaq and Frank,
Shaq was
Big
Gladiators,
Hurt, those were
Okay.
System 3s.
Gladiators, and then
Checkpoint.
Hmm?
That was a DMD one. Checkpoint.
yeah.
Checkpoint's Data East.
Yeah, I thought it was Data East.
It's the first
yeah,
DMD game.
You're right. No, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right.
There was a racing one, I think. I can't remember what it is.
Victory.
Was it Rescue?
Gottlieb, yeah, Victory was a
Rescue
Gottlieb.
911, is that a
Yeah.
three?
Rescue 9. Oh, that's
Not
my
a-
favorite. That's actually my
That's a fun
favorite.
game too.
Is that that's a system?
Rescue 911. Yeah. That's one that if I find one, I'm gonna buy it.
They had a Street Fighter 2 for sale that I just saw,
Yeah, that was a really nice one.
and it was around what, $2,000?
Hmm.
I think 1,500 is what he wanted for it.
It's not too bad for
No,
today's
and it
prices.
was really, really solid and nice.
So let's talk about changes in the game lineup here at Flippin Great.
Yeah, so we recently got rid of Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I wouldn't say got rid of. I mean, that
We
implies
sold it.
throwing in a dumpster or something.
No.
That actually,
Fine.
that's a game that
Customer
I,
purchased it.
that's a
We
game that I had a
passed it
very
on.
low opinion on before we got it,
Yeah.
and since it's left, I have a very high opinion of it.
Yeah,
'Cause
I don't know. I'm the same way. Like everyone was like dogging on it, and we got it, and it was fine. Like it was a fun game. I had no issues with it.
I think it's
The
because
troll was kind of creepy.
It was gross.
well, I mean that's the thing was when
Yeah.
when you haven't played the game before, you just like it's got a troll doll on a playfield.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
it's one of those things. But It's just one of those slow building type of games. I think I'd put it in the same category as Ripley's, where you got to make some off flow shots on it, and you don't get much of a reward. It's just you have to produce points over time to get a good score on it.
Yeah.
I say that as a GC holder. But yeah, it was a pretty simple to understand game mode, where it's simply complete these modes, get to was it Park Tycoon?
Yes.
Which was a really cool timed wizard mode, but I like that game a lot.
Yeah, I had no problems with it. I mean, we had there was one plastic, I think that was like either off alignment or whatever on the big tall rail. That every once in a while the ball would just come out and instantly pop over to the shooter lane. But outside of that, like
you gotta be on your toes.
Yeah, that was a quick adjustment. But other than that game was awesome. Like
so that's gone.
Yeah,
and in its place, actually just delivered last night is a pretty rare game, Stern 24.
Yeah, for me, theme totally makes this game. It's not exactly. It doesn't do the theme justice as well as some other themed Sterns do.
I thought all 24 was just Chloe yelling "Jack" all the time. Is that not what?
There's not as many Jack Bauer call-outs as I'd like, but we're gonna pause for a second more. We got people at the door who are.
sorry.
You can let them know we open in about 45 minutes. Yeah.
50.
Sorry, I know I just wanted him to look inside.
Sorry about that. We're just doing a podcast.
No problem. Sorry. All right.
You guys have a good one.
Thanks, Tyler.
Sorry, we'll cut that out. No, we won't.
I'm not editing this.
Bonus content.
Happy Valentine's Day. But it has a lot of really cool shots. Actually, as a pinball machine, I think as a game, it's really fun. It has a lot of cool stackable multi-balls. It has a really clear progression through the game for, scene 1, scene 2, scene 3, and you fight the terrorists, and then you try to take down the sniper. And
I'd say you're probably the most. I've fixed 24 before, but I haven't actually played it that much. And I know you played it because it was in a tournament. You played in too.
Oh
right?
yeah, that's right. It was in that first Jack's Expo tournament.
So you're a lot more familiar with the game rules. Adam, I don't think you are as familiar with the rules either. So it's kind of interesting to see what our opinions of on it on this podcast.
I don't know.
Have you had a good MLK weekend?
I used to ask Adam. If I could drive him to the airport so I could play 24.
Dude, it can go next to Earthshaker. I'll say that.
I think Adam just needs to get a little bit of time, a little more time on it clean.
Maybe.
You got to play it clean.
What? Maybe. But I played it because it was next to my pinball party at the airport for a while.
Oh yeah, we're getting. Hey, look at that! We're bringing pinball
Coming
families
full
back
circle.
together.
Now we just need to get the Lord of the Rings that he had that I missed out on by like a month.
I know where that is.
Does he want?
I wasn't. By the way, a disclaimer: I was not recommending a B&E. I was just stating. I knew where the game was.
It could be, but I played that one. I played Hamsters 24, and maybe I've never seen an episode of the show. I don't care. I think it's funny that Gail the Snail is on it.
Yeah, we want to put
got
the
that
salt
going for
shaker
it.
next to it.
But I don't like that game. Like the whole left side of the playfield, he's back in the ramp a million.
That is the biggest. I know I was going to bring that up. That's one of those games that like are two different games.
Yeah.
Hemisphere, the left hemisphere is full of wide, easy to make shots, and the right hemisphere are super tight up ramps, and
but the right hemisphere is where all your points are. So
Right,
they make
true.
you go for them.
But I think that's something that you talk about games that only are one flipper shot games. This is one I think where you'll see different people play it differently because of how comfortable they are. Well, that's what I mean. So you can backhand that left ramp, but it's not going to be as much as hitting that sniper ramp.
I think though that game, if you're into the show, I could easily see liking it because it seems like it ties into the theme in the show really well.
I mean, it doesn't have any Jack Bauer stuff. Like Jack's not in it. They got Chloe.
Well, Jack is in it, and there are some Jack Bauer callouts recorded by Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh, really?
They're
Okay.
just like I said, there aren't as many as you would think there would be.
It seems like they're like, okay, we can get one actor to come in here and do callouts. Right. Let's get Chloe.
Right.
And then they just did 95% of the callouts from Chloe. Yeah. And it's usually just her screaming Jack. Or saying Jack.
Right.
Jack? Now, again, that's my very brief playing on the airport. So I'm hoping
with
that.
it, but I don't think I
I
will.
think I'm gonna find out today.
Yeah, we're gonna set it up.
We should make that our challenge game
Well,
for
we'll,
this month.
we'll
Maybe
see.
not.
We got to unwrap it, get it set
That's
up,
true.
and all that stuff. So
Maybe not.
I think this week though, or this quarter or seasonal, we'll see how quickly these come out.
This year.
Last podcast we talked about Gottlieb's Joker Poker.
Oh yeah.
This
so
time
our
we're going to
challenge-
talk about
Meow 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 meow.
Bad Cats.
Woo!
I mean, Bird Cats.
Bird cats. Sure did.
This is a Williams game made in the 90s, or right around.
Well,
It
I'm
might
gonna
have
look
been
it up right
89.
now. I actually looked it up earlier in the night.
See, Adam took my phone away, so I
Let's look at
can't
something
see. I
else.
can't Google.
You're a child, and you'd be taken away.
Okay, here's what we need to know about Bad Cats. When we're good, we're very good, but when we're bad, we're even
bad.
better. Pinball perfection.
Man, taglines were so
Steve,
bad.
did you write that?
The cats are on the prowl.
That's you.
This one's my favorite. The cats are on the prowl with an easy access center ramp.
Meow, 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 meow.
That's not wrong, actually.
A Williams System 11B, released November 1989.
Okay.
Oh, nailed it.
11B, same era as it was before Funhouse WPC.
It was before,
so it was
yeah.
Whirlwind, Earthshaker,
Bird Girls.
Jokers.
Yeah. Yeah, Joker's is the same, I believe.
Designed by Barry Ausler.
And Python Angelo art, which is
That's right.
always on the verge of brilliant / crazy,
Yeah.
including his representation on the back glass as a Python.
Yeah.
But for those that some of the characteristics of the Bad Cats game, if you're trying to place it, is in the back glass it's got a animated spinning cat being hit by a lady holding a broom.
Yeah.
It's got a seafood wheel in the middle of the playfield that's subset, and whenever you hit the bulldog or some outlanes, it'll go ahead and spin and give you a pre-programmed award. I would say random award, but modes on the game dictate things like extra ball if you go down an outlane and spin it on ball 3. And then you've got there's 3, I guess, main objectives on it. You've got the Tiger Ramp, which is a left loop ramp that if you hit consecutively gives you a big point score, especially I think on
It
ball
gives
3.
progressive awards. So the first time is like 100,000,
Like
200,000.
500,
It moves up to like
yeah.
a million, 5 million.
How I understand it is like you get it twice. Like at any point you can get 2, and then to get the big bonus you have to get 3 in a row without hitting any other switches or targets or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then on ball 3 is when it does 20 million, I think. But only on ball 3. I thought ball 1 and 2 is only 5.
I think it is. There's a ball 3 special that allows it to go, and then you've got the trash can
Yes.
value in the I guess it's not very target. What is
Fishbone. Yeah, very target. That's what it says on the
I know, but that's just
But
a
you
fish
said it like
bone.
it was
It's that Totem had one of these too. What's
Yeah,
the
it's a very
target?
target, yeah.
It is a very target. Okay, so you know the strategy there is to knock in that very target to maximize. I think 500K is what
Yep.
that target allows, and then your right in lane gives you a 5 times or 10 time multiplier if you hit the trash can. So once you maximize that very target, you're able to hit that in lane, and I think within 10 seconds you hit that trash can, you get 5 million
5 million.
a shot. And then the last one is the actual fishbowl ramp, and this is where Bad Cats can be exploited because everything else is based on rules that can be reproduced by each player each time they play. However, there's a progressive jackpot on Bad Cats, and if you light the jackpot and then hit the fishbowl, you get upwards of, is it 8 million?
Right
it
now,
goes up to 20 million.
It goes up to 20 million?
Yeah.
So,
Last
I'm
time
not
we
going to
had
name
like 8 or 9.
names, but we have a high score board here in Flippin Great Pinball with all of our games, and the previous record holder, let's just say, exploited that technique. So, I mean, that's part of the game. That's how you get high scores, but it makes it kind of an iffy tournament game, especially because of that.
Is there a tournament mode to turn that off? Or is
Nope.
it not?
It's,
Really?
Yeah, that's why
That's stupid.
you don't see it much
I mean,
in tournaments because of
Yeah.
that. Because you could have someone play it, and then 20 plays later, that jackpot is maxed
Huge,
out,
yeah.
and they can cash in on it. So it's one of those exploitable games, but a super fun game, super crazy cat theme.
Yeah, we actually had a new a customer came in and broke the record GC yesterday on it during First Friday.
Yeah, they've got 30,642,740, so that's pretty good.
Awesome. How did we get Bad Cats the first time? Because it's the same one.
Oh my god!
The
Tell
first
the story.
Wait, I'm trying to think back about the first time.
I'm gonna wait for the epiphany to hit you on what happened to get that game.
I don't remember.
I remember.
I
Which is why I
remember.
asked. I remember.
I drove up to a lady skinning a snake.
Oh, yes,
In the woods.
yes. This
Holy
was
crap.
a Craigslist game. This
Oh
was
my
one
God.
that I saw on Craigslist. It was located in the rural areas surrounding Tallahassee.
Rural, yeah.
I believe it was about 30, 40 miles east of here.
Yeah.
And $900. Does
I think so.
that sound right?
8 or 9. Yeah.
$900, and it was supposedly in fantastic condition and came with extra parts and all this kind of stuff.
It too was on a carport, so there's that.
I thought it was on a porch.
Well, like the front, yeah, I'm sorry, like the front part like covered, but in a screen room. It wasn't like a porch that
Like a
was
lanai.
sealed or anything.
Yeah. So as those deals come up on Craigslist, and I'm sure if people listening to this podcast, you can relate. You see a good deal like that, you know it's going to go away very soon. So I happened to be working, and I called Adam, and I was like, "Hey man, can you do me a huge favor? Here's the game. Do you mind going and picking it up for me?" And so he agreed because this experience hadn't happened yet. And you want to pick up that story from there?
Well, like, I didn't mind. I think I was off that day or whatever, so I head out there, and being up in if you don't live in Tallahassee or in like Lake City, in between there's just a lot of little like podunk towns.
Shout out Podunks.
Lee, Florida.
Yeah, and we get out there, and I had talked to the lady. She's like, yeah, it's kind of off the beaten path, but you're gonna come to this road, and then there's like a dirt road you're gonna follow. So found the house, and I get there.
Was it a house?
It was a house.
Okay, well,
it was a house.
+1.
And
It was like Victorian era, like out in the.
no, it was like I don't know. It was just like a little like house. And
Okay.
Not like Texas Chainsaw Massacre type house?
We're getting there.
Okay.
And this woman, like I get there and I see her, and she like waves me like to back up to where the game is, and she comes out of like her porch and she's skinning a snake, like covered in snake blood, and she's holding the snake. I'm just like, I just want to get that game and leave. Like this, that freaked me out because like I don't like blood and I don't like snakes, so the mixture of that was just awful. It was awful.
A heck of a negotiations technique, though.
Dude, I didn't
Just
even care. I was like, here's my
if you're ever
money.
dealing with Adam in the future, keep that in mind.
Just have a skinned dead snake that she just murdered. She told me she just murdered it, so there's that.
So the snake skinning woman is a great picture, but I'm pretty sure you can describe this person further, can't you?
I don't really want to. I'm trying to honestly remember. Like she was creepy. She kept telling me that she made it a point to keep telling me that she was the one who moved it all the time. I'm like, okay, cool. Can you help me move it on the truck because I want to leave? That kind of a thing. But I guess she was saying that they had bought it a while ago, and either her or her son had like taken it apart and fixed it and cleaned it. The game worked fine, except for the display. I think we had to change on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, displays were bad, and then the outside of the cab was completely faded.
Yeah, it's like a was it yellow?
Orange.
It was
Well,
orange.
It's supposed to be orange. It was yellow.
Okay, so it's like it
was
was yellow, and then Rob had traded it for something, and we got it back with a full like Sharpie job on it. And then,
Yep.
do you want to talk about when we moved it, or when you moved it in the rain?
Oh God. So yeah, this was one that I really liked. We had it for a while, and actually Jason, who we were talking about previously over in Niceville area, suggested a trade for it, and I took the trade. And I forget what the trade was for. Oh, Whirlwind.
It was for Whirlwind.
Whirlwind.
Okay.
Yeah, he knew that was I had a Funhouse, I had an Earthshaker. He knew Whirlwind was on my super want list, and baited me into the trade. which was a good trade.
It's a good trade, yeah. World was a good game.
And but as soon as Bad Cats left, I missed it.
Yeah.
And he gave me the opportunity about a year later to buy it back, and I did. And I got an extra playfield with it too.
Yeah, which I still have never seen like a playfield in the actual like Williams wooden.
Yeah, he somehow found during that time a crated playfield, complete playfield, intact, not just like a CPR type repro that had all of the mechanisms, solenoids, everything was done. It's plug and play. So I bought that, and in the meantime, I know we mentioned last podcast, I'd gotten a new back glass for it because that was the other thing. The back glass was completely it looked like it had sat in mud, like literally up 8 inches into the.
It could have been snake blood or something else.
Could have been snake blood. I'm not sure how much that flakes off of back glass.
It flaked me out. I wanted to leave as fast as I saw it.
So yeah, it was an interesting game.
I had just forgotten about that damn story. It was out of my life.
I tell people it all the time.
Oh God.
That,
and like the text messages you like sent me, like the rapid fire succession of that.
If I die, this is where I'm at.
Yeah,
Exactly.
he
Someone
literally. I'm
She
almost
had a
like
knife in her
100% sure
hand.
that that's what he told me.
Whatever.
He was like, "You're not gonna believe this shit."
I thought she was really mentioning how much she liked redheads the whole time too.
That was after the fact. That's when you were talking to her and you kept telling me that.
Oh yeah, she's like, oh yeah, say hi to your friend Adam.
Oh,
By the way, I really like his red hair.
now I have a bald head, so.
Now I'm implying that was the accent. This was text messaging, so I don't really know.
Dude, it was not fun. It was not. Mm-mm.
So yeah, Bad Cat seems to be one that even in our lineup, a lot of people will gravitate towards, probably based on theme
lot.
and.
It's insane, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know what it is. I mean, we have themed games like Simpsons and Super Mario, and you would think that people would go just straight to those, but inevitably, every single person that walks through the door feels like they have to play Bad Cats.
Well, and I like games that are non-themed or original themed personally. Like the Lawler trilogy is one of my favorites, of all non-themed type stuff. But yeah, I mean, I see that you get attracted to a certain. We see that with South Park a lot. People coming and playing South Park because of the theme. But yeah, Bad Cats just seems to have that little something, that unquantifiable something that. I mean, it's a fun game, especially, but.
I just think it's the perfect mixture of just like it looks fun, just looking at the art is great, and then you hit the start button and it just has a goofy announcer, and it's just easy to love that game. But
You want Bad Cat.
Steve, we didn't say the best part of the game. Steve does his
the bonus
stupid
dance.
idiot bonus dance.
The bonus dance, yeah.
You gotta do the lean back dance as the bonus counts
It's
down.
so stupid.
So,
We would always hope that Steve had a small bonus so we didn't have to see it for more than like a second.
So for those unfamiliar, at the end of your ball, Bad Cats calculates the bonus, but it does it through like a series of, like a raise, like, and the longer bonus you have, which can be upwards of like 5 or 6 seconds.
Yeah.
We get the throwback shoulder arm wave.
Well, when we first got that game, us three were really like competitive about it. Like Funhouse and Bad Cats. It's like, oh hey, we're gonna get some work done today, and then we did it.
One of the games gets turned on.
Yeah. It's like, oh, we gotta make sure this game's not broken. And we just play that all night. That game though, for a while, Bad Cats was heated. Like we'd play that thing. Holy crap! I remember that. Like we brought it. Rob and I brought it to a. What was it? The anime convention they did.
It was a Comic-Con, Sci-Fi Con.
What's our con called here?
AltCon.
AltCon. We brought it to AltCon, and that's all we did. Like I don't even think we talked to people. It was like, hey, we should make sure that.
Like, can we play these games? Like, no, we're playing. Go away.
Get away! I'm checking it. Broke.
I gotta beat the score.
And we just played it, and that's how I accidentally found out about the 20 million on ball 3.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm just gonna keep going for this stupid ramp shot. I was like, what the? And I was like, that's it. Fell in love with it.
Yeah, and I first saw Bad Cats at the first Game Warp. Somebody had it there, and that's the first time I ever played it.
Someone has a really, I don't know if they fully restored it or whatever, but there's a really nice one at, not Free Play this year, but last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, the person that had it back then was Cloud to Ground, is his
might still be
village name.
Yeah.
And, I mean, he assisted Game Warp, volunteered Game Warp, throughout that time. I didn't get to make it to Free Play this year, so I don't know if he's still involved there. But yeah, he had one, and that was the only one that I think was in Florida for a while. I mean, there's probably some around there, but at least brought to public shows. So it's nice to have one of our own in the shop, and I don't think
It's such a fun game.
we'll very not be quick to get rid of it this time. And we do also plan on getting some vinyl replacements on that one to replace the.
Oh yeah, the stickers or whatever.
Yeah.
Do they make replacement side art for that game?
They do.
Okay. People do.
People do, yeah.
Well, that's going to be our challenge game for this week. Bad Cats. We're going to have to play the 4-player.
Yep, so I guess
I'm gonna lose.
That'll probably bring us to an end on this podcast.
Look forward to early 2017.
Hope your spring break was nice. And
Our spring break wasn't as nice.
Oh, boy.
We never got it working.
Should have been our Say by the Bell.
Kapowski multi-ball, man. Someone has to
One
do
day.
it. Someone has to do it.
So yeah, we'll come back and kick off next podcast with the results of our Bad Cats play.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
That's how the video is going to start, is just your face.
Chili spaghetti.
We got the nachos the other day. They were pretty good. So here's our competitors.
You ready?
Yeah.
Steve.
Oh, here you go, Tyler. It's already ready. Is this a good
I
spot?
guess I'm going to go first.
cattail sound.
Okay, here we go. One annoying thing is for the skill shot in those lanes, you can't. Oh no.
Nice.
You can't cycle the lanes.
Right.
Did you put the LEDs there, by the way, or Jason did?
Jason. So you have to ask that question.
Really?
Did you have to ask that
I
question?
did know.
Number of games that Rod has LED.
-1. So I took some out. The new LEDs with like the replaced iridescent. Yeah. I just never liked them. Yeah. Well, they're kind of yellowish.
They're called warm, I think.
Yeah. No, I never liked the hard white because that's what replaced those before. Yeah. But now that they got the yellowish, I think it's probably like a lot of those.
Like it just like it just hurts my eyes so much.
Oh.
Like totally off beat. Like,
That's part of the charm.
You're right.
Part of the charm.
if that's what you want to call it.
Sure.
No.
Nice.
What was that?
Go third or fourth.
I don't care. It's not like it's
At the tournament, I think I got a total of 40.
Alright, I'm above rock.
I think we're doing good. Didn't we play
Yeah.
both good
What's the worst
No,
thing of all time?
yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awful.
Bad ball.
Nice.
2x bonus. 2x.
What's out of the racket?
That was a lot faster than I thought it would be.
Speed kill.
No.
Go. Also lack of
Brick. Nice. Swear to God, there's targets in this game.
Oh my god. Did you just get rejected by the very target?
I did. Oh my god. All that work for nothing.
Chop some wood.
Steve? Steve, you gotta do your
That's not my bonus.
Steve?
That's not my bonus.
Go sign it up, right?
Yeah!
Oh, dang.
Yeah,
That's a huge bonus.
This
Like
is
half a
like a
million.
target.
Oh, ramp.
Yeah, or anything.
2x dance. Oh, screw you.
Meow, meow,
Hey,
nope.
Dad, I'm going home.
Wait till you
Rough.
see the half-second dance.
Shane.
Don't.
Game of Thrones references.
I get that.
Game is not making easy on me today. Always wait
So
on
the
that.
music package is just really good on this week.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about that, but
I love that so much.
that's I've never heard that music before.
It does that like because it stacks the ramp. You just fail it. It's awful. It does look great. Ah, got him.
Alright. Let's do the reverse one.
You're
You're gonna keep
closer
going
to the
real straight
actual,
with
like...
I was thinking, is Star Trek behind me? Because I don't want to get that handle in my butt.
Oh, really? Okay.
Rough.
You went back.
The sad part is I know I can do better on this game.
You're gonna hit that 20 million on Jeopardy.
Ah.
Alright. Gotta get some work done here. Oh no.
Carol's ball.
Yeah.
Why has nobody made that a pinball machine? House ball. The name of it.
They used to.
Flippers on.
They used to.
No ramps, it's just one shot and it goes right
Yeah, that's a good machine.
Ah!
He's playing volleyball.
Ah! No seafood wheel.
Well, he was slapping his ball in his like it's so get the hand sanitizer.
Nice.
I didn't have it all the way down, so I didn't get my 5 million. I'm shooting for the ramp.
Good notes.
Never hit. Uh-oh.
I'm gonna try to get. I'm gonna train, but I'm gonna go for that tiger ramp. I've been trying to find that as my text for a long time. That digital cat meow.
Okay.
Uh-oh. Not a shot for the extra ball either.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Good.
Oh, frick,
Come
whatever.
on. Come on.
I'm not gonna name names about someone who exploits the game.
I said for high score. I didn't say competitive play.
There you go.
I wanted you to train so hard right there.
I know you do. I just wanted to give you that taste.
Now I have to get tiger ramp.
Yeah, what if it's gonna give you lights jackpot again?
Well, it's only 1 million, so it doesn't count as much now.
Free game.
Light show.
13 million.
I want you to blow him up on Tiger Ramp so hard.
Dude, I'm gonna. I have to. Oh.
Oh! Okay, give me that extra ball. Give me that extra ball.
It's gonna do it.
Give me that
It's
extra
gonna
ball.
do it.
All three out lane. Curiosity spin.
Gee, I wonder what's gonna happen. Oh my god, you gonna get an extra ball? Oh wow! Weird!
Bonus.
So salty. No, he's not over 20, I got a shot.
9 lives.
Oh!
Yeah! Yeah!
Karma.
I mean, it's basically.
Listen to me. Game face. Tiger Ramp 5 times in a row, you got this.
I just need to be like, hey, game thing.
I gotta
come
wipe.
on, I'm not even-
I gotta wipe their oil
It's just
and
hot.
sweats and.
I'm sweating on spaghetti.
No. Well, good game, boys.
Right, Adam.
I need to get this 5 times.
Get in the game.
Here we go.
That might be that the switch is tight.
And it's not
It is.
ready for the trophy.
Mhm.
Back, right?
So it's not gonna.
When your ball goes. So you'll get the spin when it ends.
Okay, there's your extra ball.
Yep. Oh wait, let's raise a big ruckus about how awful it
The
is.
game's screwed up. It's making itself right.
This game's great. This game's great. This game's
All right.
great. Let's not do that again. Not again! More, right?
Rough.
GG's, Rob.
Alright,
Fun.
the final score.
You gotta put the deal with it glasses on Rob now.
The Flippin Great Podcast would like to thank Arcade Age for the use of their recording equipment and bensound.com for their music tracks. Be sure to check out flippingreat.com for all of our upcoming events and tournaments. Tune in next time for episode 3. For now, though, courage.